Welcome to another segment of Lady Mogul Talk, and today we have another phenomenal guest. I know you probably say this, that I say this all the time, but we just are blessed with phenomenal guests. And today we have Camry Brown. She is an entrepreneur, a mentor, and a speaker. She has helped Fortune 500 companies with her retail knowledge, which she has over 5 years of experience. And we'll have to definitely talk about that today because that is like amazing. And also she's conducted interviews and co-wrote a published cover story for high profile clients, including, wait for this, the Oprah Winfrey Network. And I'm like, wow.
Yes,
it's like the best thing, the second best thing to knowing Oprah herself.
Right.
And after years of supporting women in retail, powerful camaraderie amongst women has been her constant motivation, and it's also strengthened her perspective to cultivate an innovative approach with classy, luxurious. Ooh, I like that. We have to figure out, talk about why classy, luxurious. Very fancy. Camry has also empowered her community as the voice of her generation. And we're going to dig deep into what she does because she does so many amazing things for the youth. So Camry, welcome.
Yes, thank you, Avery. Firstly, you have graced your platform with opportunities for women, and I'm grateful to be here. And welcome to all the Lady Moguls out there. My name is Camry Brown, and ultimately I am passionate about the impact of others. That includes generational empowerment and innovation for women. And as a first generation, I understand and also embrace the sacrifices before me. So it is my allegiance to certainly be able to pay it forward. Also working in the retail industry, I also understand the value of impact amongst women. So overall, just gift, and I'm grateful for it to be able to just merge my gifts as an entrepreneur, a mentor, and speaker to more greater calling, which includes philanthropy and fashion.
Which is amazing. She does so many great things. And I just want to first start off the conversation. What was the pivotal role, or what was that moment that made you decide that I need to give back to the youth? You have your nonprofit, and feel free to plug that in right now and tell us more about that.
Yeah, so, firstly, that was a nonprofit that I was able to inaugurate with fellow women, young ladies in college. So that was on a collegiate level, and certainly a wonderful experience for me. And it has always been part of my upbringing. That's what it stems from for me. And, we're working hard, and we have all these accomplishments. And I've always been blessed to be a blessing to others. And that is my portion. And anything outside of that isn't aligned with my purpose. So that is what fuels me and what's so inspiring for me. And that's how that started. Basically in college, I was simply looking forward to work with the different nonprofit organizations, just simply volunteering. And during that time, the founder, she believed that I had a unique perspective. I was also on a student board. So we were able to inaugurate that and charter that nonprofit at Georgia State. And so that was a great experience for me.
Wow, and speaking of Georgia State, shout out, that's my second alma mater, and we were both poli-sci majors, so we have that in common.
Yes.
What was that experience like? What would you say, because the government world is different from the nonprofit world, so what was the transition that led you to say, maybe I just want to pivot just a little bit and work in this new space?
Right. So for me, I do believe that, and we can talk about just the confidence in your journey as well, being that I was in pursuit of political science was what I was studying at Georgia State, and pursuing law school as well. And though that opportunity still presents itself, my call was to establish my business first. Mm-hmm. And so that goes for the college student with an entrepreneur ambition, the high school student who basically was deciding whether they want to navigate into entrepreneurship or either pursue college. Mm-hmm. And so that just goes to, just being confident in your journey. And of course, I always encourage to have that wise counsel, but ultimately you have to be confident in yourself in order to, and I do believe that same momentum will reflect throughout your journey. So, at the end of the day, it's not your parents' journey. It's not your friend's journey. It is your vision. So though it doesn't seem like it aligns with what you were always told what you should do or what you should pursue, if it is your vision, I say go for it. And it would all align for itself.
That's true. That's a very key point to make, just to be able to follow your purpose, even if it's not where you started. I started off, my major was fashion, then I transitioned to political science. And even though I'm still in my field, entrepreneurship has been ingrained in me since a little girl. And no matter how you pivot, you can still take every life experience and make it your own. And then it just gives you a unique perspective.
Absolutely. It sure does.
Now, we have to talk about your many, many talents. Tell us what it's like, or what it was like, to work with Fortune 500 companies. I mean, that's a major achievement on your resume.
Yes, absolutely. So since the age of 16, I have not worked in another industry outside of fashion. And so that has just been something that is a part of my lifestyle. It is certainly a part of me. My upbringing, my mom has always had me presented myself well, and it just have been something that I'm passionate about. I love fashion. I love for women to feel confident naturally, and, just being able to experience that in stores and being able to understand their life experiences. They can simply be looking for an outfit for an interview or whatever may have it. And next thing you know, we're talking about life experiences and how that one experience has impacted them. And they could just relate to the, just that insightfulness in coming into a store and being in your presence to have their confidence boosted, and so I've gotten that a lot. And so for me, just to continue to do that has allowed me a unique perspective and certainly an innovative approach with my business as well.
Yes, and I'm sure you're taking those skills and applying it to the knowledge you provide to those who benefit from your services, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Amazing. Now, let's talk about the Oprah Winfrey Network, because we have to. But first of all, let me just give you a hint after that.
Thank you.
What was that experience like? Were you just in shock and disbelief, or just walk us through the whole process?
Yeah, it was during the time I was in college as well. So I am grateful to be gifted and just to be well-rounded. And so I'm humbled about that. But ultimately, I was a marketing assistant. And so I was able to conduct these interviews with high-profile professionals and definitely clients who were a part of the Oprah Winfrey Network. And so for me, just being able to a bit of journalism as well, and being able to and conduct those interviews and hear their feedback and how they are navigating their lifestyles and as entrepreneurs and in the industry as well. That certainly has helped me and motivated me in a way that was so inspiring. So for me to get to that point, I always seek an opportunity as a wonderful opportunity, especially when it's something aligned with what I'm looking forward to pursue for myself. And so that is how that started, just simply as a marketing assistant, writing those blogs on the internet, and which had led me to that point to connect with those individuals.
That's amazing. And sometimes that's a hard industry to get into. So what advice would you have for those who are aspiring to be in the editorial industry or become a published writer?
Yes, take it by force. Certainly take it by force. Do not doubt yourself. Yeah, do not doubt yourself. And it goes back to having confidence in your journey. It goes back to, not thinking that this is something that you're capable of doing because this isn't the normal thing to do. This isn't what you were set up to do. Definitely just do it. For me, my personal experience was I typed the email up. I said, this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to gain a unique perspective in the industry that I wanted to pursue. And so I had to gain that knowledge. I had to have that experience. And for me, that would be the main thing, is just to take it by force and count on yourself. Okay, you can do it.
That's amazing. Yes. And the gem in that is that you pitched yourself. You didn't just wait for opportunities to happen. Like we think, one day we'll just be noticed. It'll come to us. But sometimes a lot of times actually, we have to put ourselves out there and take those risks and take that leap.
Absolutely.
Yes. Now, would you say you have a favorite moment in fashion and entertainment, or just in your career in general?
Yes.
It might be hard.
I'm gonna say launching my business. I'm gonna say that, and you know what has led up to that point throughout my journey. The most favorite thing is just being able to impact others in a way, and especially women. It's more than the fashion for me. It's more than just the look or the appearance for that moment. It is the aftermath of that, and how did I make that person feel, for them to want to communicate with me, for them to want to have my service specifically. And so for me, that is just so, that's my fulfillment, and that's what keeps me inspired, in the greatest, I guess, favorite moment for me throughout my fashion journey.
Yes. And I'm sure, like with all the many accomplishments that you have done and continue to do, how would you say that? I always never like to say balance, but
Yes.
how do you prioritize?
Right.
Okay, I'm going to do this at this moment.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's time to rest. Maybe it's time to, okay, maybe take that next leap in my business. What advice do you have for those who might just be feeling stuck, or they don't know like what they should do next, or clarity?
Yes. I definitely say, you know, in using that word prioritizing, I love to use that word, because that is very important. And of course, once you prioritize, I do believe that is what's going to encourage that balance and essentially longevity. So that is what we're working towards. So I find that rest and having that balance is certainly important. So when it comes to managing multiple things, including myself during college, and as for now, working a full-time job, or working and just being able to manage my business as well, I would say prioritize your tasks. Certainly prioritize your tasks. Prioritize your things that you like to pursue. So if this is something that you want to accomplish in this season, or whatever you may have, it, set those deadlines, and that is what's going to keep you motivated. This is what I said I wanted to do during this time. And of course, we have life experiences that influence the time frame, right? But it's still important for you to have a time frame for yourself, and deadlines to set in place as well. And I believe that's what's going to help you, because that work-life balance, you know, we say it, I don't know if that's really a thing, but I can't say if that's really a thing, but I would certainly say definitely prioritize, set deadlines, and that is what has helped me.
I wholeheartedly agree. And I have learned within the past 2 years what I want to do and what I don't want to do. Right. And I was like, you know what? I don't want to work on the weekends. I don't want to work in the evenings, because I used to take appointments in the evenings. And I was like, I like my evenings. So you have to figure out what works for you.
Exactly.
And I know some people who only work 3 days a week. I'm trying to get on their level. Not yet, but I'm on my Monday to Thursday. Soon. Yes, very soon. I mean, having a team has definitely helped. So
absolutely,
we're working on that.
Yes.
So that is
I'm also working on that.
Yeah, I mean, it's an evolution. We can't like race to it's not a finish line, but race to the next hurdle or whatever. So yes, absolutely. That's just something that we should all keep in mind going forward. Now, transitioning just a little bit, of course, we are still going through a pandemic, and the space of education has changed for high school students, elementary and college students. And I just couldn't imagine going to school virtually during a pandemic. I met my friends at college, my lifelong friends at college, with those personal interactions. So what can we do for the youth who are seeing a changing world? It was like in the blink of an eye, it changed for them. So what advice do you have for even mentors of how we can become a mentor, how we can help students through this time?
Absolutely. Thank you for that question. And it's perfect timing, because I've actually initiated community with Camry. And so that is an extension of my online platform. And, you know, it's always been a joy for me to go and visit those high schoolers and speak at different, schools. And however I don't have that opportunity, I've led with my own initiative to make that mark online. And their online anyway, so right, and this is where we can get them engaged. And so, as for me, that is my priority. I'm going to continue to stick to doing what I'm called to do, what I am passionate about doing, and I'm going to make it a way that that is going to be innovative, and that they can still connect. And so I think that it's always important to shift that communication, and wherever you may see fit, but still make it a priority. And I would say for definitely for mentors, that would be a great work to do, especially online during this time.
Definitely. Where do you see your organization maybe going in the next 3 to 4 years?
Oh, certainly with working towards my nonprofit, and I'm looking forward to collaborating with different partners, even with community with Camry, and being able to, just learn and gain that knowledge, and how can I really transpire this into something that is going to be an ultimate impact for others, and which is going to be inspiring for me as well, because I always gain inspiration through mentorship. So that is what I see in as far as my work and how that's going to play out for me.
That's wonderful. And I am excited for you in that journey, because I know, like I said, she does so many amazing things with excellence. And I just can't wait to see what's next for your organization. Now, even though I've asked you about your organization, sometimes we are separate from our entity. So what's next for you? What do you have going on in the future?
Thank you for asking. Like I said, I am just grateful to be well-rounded. And, as far as my personal brand and conversations with Camry, and being able to lead those courageous conversations with individuals where they can have these authentic conversations. And I'm glad that people are able to see my journey, because and also in the beginning, because we want to accomplish all these great things, and people want to see the authentic you. They want to see how you started out. So that is my approach, and I certainly want to welcome those who are my supporters and who are staying encouraged as well to follow my journey. Besides classy, luxurious, and fashion and philanthropy, I'm certainly building my personal brand. And so I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited, and I'm excited to help people along the way. And it's going to be great. I know it will be. And so, hey, I'm looking forward to it.
And same. And thank you so much for being your authentic self and just showing your transparency. I mean, it's so important for people to see where, how we start, because people think it's all glamorous and everything, but there's a lot of things that happen behind the scene. Now, this is the perfect moment to tell us how we can keep up with you, so we can make sure that we follow your journey, and plug in anything else that we might not have covered today, please.
Sure, absolutely. Well, I'm on Instagram as well at Camry Brown _, including Facebook and Twitter is at Camry Brown as well. And you're welcome to visit my website, www.classyluxurious.com. And I also want to mention how the merchandise that I have to offer for my brand, Classy Luxurious. We started off with our merchandise, and the t-shirts are phenomenal. Women have been just exceeding their expectations, sharing how my brand has helped them in an impactful way, whether it's them sharing a poem online, a blog, and just it's been a great experience. We even have a t-shirt that reads mogul on it, right? And so it shares what my definition of a mogul, and how a woman who is a mogul distinguish her investment not only into business but into community as well, and just embracing humility for women empowerment. So that is something that I encourage you ladies to definitely share your experiences. Share the boss you are, the mogul in you. And I look forward to connecting with you all.
You know, I'm all over that. Of course, you saw my face go when you said mogul, so I am all for that.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Well, we would like to thank you so much for joining us today. Are there any last words or last things of encouragement you would like to share with our audience?
Sure, absolutely. Disregard all uncertainty. You have the vision. Work hard, work your work, make it work for you to sustain your vision, and that's it. That is it.
Great words to live by, and a great way to end this segment of Lady Mogul Talk with Camry Brown. Thank you so much for joining me. We're so happy to have you.
Thank you.